Oh, wow.
Bob's right.
Yeah, tell me more. Tell me more, Will.
Let me fix the microphone first. I realized that my web camera's mic is what's picking me up right now. That's not right. Oh my god.
Look at us trying to figure out tech as soon as we switch over to the StreamYard.
It's the professional
Danny.
production divas.
Yeah. Now you sound better. That's the right source.
Sound better now?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Tell me
hi.
about the wow. Oh, hi.
I can hear you guys now.
Oh, thank
Oh, good.
Guys, we're so good at technology.
I know.
Guys.
Here at Dustfire Media, we like to wait until we're live to troubleshoot all our tech issues.
To be fair, I tried for like 30 minutes before this.
No, yeah.
It's so true. We watched her work on this the whole time. So
Yeah.
don't undersell it, Danny. We try so hard.
I have to say, though, for any
I
viewers
think I'm-
unaware, we switched recording platforms the way that we stream. Like, I don't know what, like episode 12? And we've significantly cut down the time that we've had to devote to like tech stuff. Literally, if you were watching on Twitch, I was live mixing the audio for us. And we would spend like 20 minutes before we went live and recording, just like trying to make things work. Now, we open a website. It's so nice.
It's true. It's true. We only scramble for like a minute, maybe.
Right.
And I don't know about y'all, but I felt so endeared by that minute. I was like, yeah, look at us. We're making it work. Well, everybody, welcome back. How was your week?
What a week.
Tiring. Oh,
It was a blur
Yeah.
for me. It was.
I'm always conflicted as to whether time passed at all or whether like a year of my life was shaved off. I can't tell sometimes.
I fully lost like 18 months of my life, but then I regained 19. So what a net positive this week.
All right. All right.
Whatever dark forces you are dealing with, please hook me up.
Oh, girl, if you want to know, I have a Scottish castle we can go to later tonight. Oh,
Oh.
that sounds like the perfect writing retreat.
Oh, yes. How promising.
I keep applying to those and they keep saying, what do you write? Why is the Blue Man Group in it? And I keep saying, well, that's a really fair question.
I love when Will drops stuff like that so casually, and I just like feel like I'm not supposed to ask more. Like that was the bit, you know? And it's like,
You can ask.
respect.
It would require like a dissertation, just so you
Yeah.
know.
So that's what I was picking up. This is like the tip of the iceberg, and maybe we can only know so much for now.
Listen, Patreon exclusive after show, couple more patrons. What are we at? 6 more patrons? What is it? Like once we get that, we can dive into the lore of Will Jinkies and the Blue Man Group and how I think they're stalking me now that I live in Boston.
Whoa. I mean, I definitely want to hear more about that. So
And you should too. Patreon.com/JustFireMedia.
yeah, if anyone's been on the fence, this is the time. So, thank you. Well, everyone, as you can see, we are gustless and sadly must just trudge onward. And I would love to let our listeners and fans know what we're thinking too. We had initially slated this whole show to run until mid-June. And we've had a lot of hiccups along the way and pivots. And we're going to do our best to still land that plane. And I feel like the last dozen episodes plus have been bangers as far as like the level of stakes and tension and action. So I don't know how it's going to get more. I'm going to try to make it even more. And so are our players. And we're going to look for a wonderful ending to this show in the next 10 or less episodes. So hang with us and let us know in the Discord or wherever, like just what you're envisioning. for certain characters, for villains, for Republic City, I would love to know. We're still cooking everything, and obviously most of this we just figure out on the fly. So we would love your input, and thank you to everybody who's been just cheering us on during this whole show. I just love what we've created already. So that was me sharing a bit of my heart and my plans. Yeah, getting into my feelings. Well, that's a good place to be for improv, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since we may open where we closed last time. Danny, are you ready?
Oh yeah. Oh
Oh, I
my
had forgotten.
gosh.
Oh.
That's all I've been thinking about.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I'm realizing that, it would have been good with our pre-session time to also check in about that. So Danny, if you have
I like just
any,
jumping into it.
yeah, I was gonna say, if you have any hard things that you want to communicate, put it in the chat for me or in our WhatsApp, so that I know, not to do something horrible to you psychologically.
Oh, do something horrible to me psychologically.
Okay. I mean, I feel like a certain sense of freedom with Danny, and I think it was heightened even more by playing Trophy. It's like, if Danny can do this to us, I feel like I can do anything to Danny.
Okay, it scares me now that you're taking inspiration from Trophy specifically. Ooh.
We're gonna dip into some weird, like, eldritch horror now.
Oh no.
Yeah. Some cryptid stuff. It'll be good.
I'm just so excited.
Question mark? But let's get into the meat of things, y'all. No banter tonight. A little recap, shall we? Last time, the group met Cho under the bridge and persuaded him, instead of just bombing the Red Lotus headquarters that he identified, taking a more careful approach. Most of all, because that HQ has some people in it that are not Red Lotus. The Red Monsoon among them. And since Cho is rightly desperately in search of allies, Jingmin and the group were able to persuade him to break them out before bombing the Red Lotus headquarters. So the plans were laid. Distract, extract, don't leave the building intact, and move at midnight. But the group didn't all move at midnight. They moved sooner. It's like midday or something like that, or like 5 p.m. I think that's about right. Dinner's coming up. A fancy dinner is coming up for those who are going to show up in that. And y'all went in advance to the Red Lotus HQ. I think one reason was because, Danny, Jingmin wanted to warn Kumadi, possibly get information there, but also warn. And so a couple of details have come about as it relates to that visit. Kumadi has told us that the group needs to move quickly because people are being removed from their holding cells one at a time, and she doesn't know where they're being taken. She's also said that Min may need to take this moment to visit her ailing grandfather, Jinggang. And Fumi, thanks to her theatrics, flew overhead and spotted an alternate entrance/exit to the building as well, which may be of strategic importance. And so those are some of the things that we've learned just recently. Other than that, you know that you've got a fancy dinner tonight with a guy who seems pretty bad, but also seems kind of good. Who's to say? I've made it ambiguous in certain respects, but not totally ambiguous. Am I missing anything? Does that feel?
That seems like everything.
Yeah.
All right. let's open where we closed. That's what I've been picturing all week. I wanted to see what would happen. So,
Oh, God.
Danny, let's find out what happens.
Let's play and let's
open.
find out.
Let's play and let's find out.
Oh
The
God.
camera opens on Jingmin's relatively small frame, as always, accentuated by the contrast of the size of your bow across your back. As you step into this dimly lit medical ward, and you see your grandfather, his face paler than ever, his eyes a little yellowish and discolored, turning toward you and faintly mumbling your name as he sees you in the doorway. There are two waterbenders moving hastily to heal and expressing sentiments in so many words back and forth. It's not working. What do you do?
Jingmin, sort of gripping like my bowstring as it's, across my back, will just slowly approach. Like just like walking slowly toward, this scene of these two waterbenders, these two healers working on Jingong. At some point, when she gets close enough where one of the healers can hear her, Jingmin says, What happened to him?
It's hard to say. Something inside of him is not right. Energy's out of alignment. Organs damaged, possibly. Internal bleeding.
A memory flashes back in Jingmin's head of her tackling Jingong while Mook was bloodbending him. And then she asks, Is he gonna be okay?
He's fading fast, I'm afraid. Do you know him? And he faintly says again, Minnie.
He's my grandfather.
Ah. We're doing all we can, but I'm sorry to say it doesn't look good. Leave us, says Jingong, and he raises a trembling hand and brushes away the healers.
But Grandpa, they're trying to help you. They're healing you.
They know, as I do, that I am beyond helping. Go. There's a scroll detailing my wishes. Distribute my belongings accordingly. And he just pushes again gently on the hands of one of the healers, just stopping them from their work. And with distraught faces, they look at each other and then solemnly nod. Thank you for serving the Lotus, Jingong. For serving the world. And they step out of the room. You came, Minnie. Good of you to come. I have not been good to you.
You have and you haven't.
Hmm.
And the look on Jingmin's face is there are no tears.
Hmm.
But we see this stern, serious face just every now and then interrupted by this like slight tremble. Like
Hmm.
the wall weakens every now and then, but she's holding it up. I feel like I did this.
Oh, child. You have done nothing to me. I chose my path. I'm sorry that we can't have the duel you wanted so badly.
What? Why did you choose to train me, Grandpa? What?
Hmm.
What did you see in me?
I saw someone willing to fight with their all. That was never in question. What you are fighting for, that is what I would hope you discover. I have made my failed attempts to persuade you that my path should also be yours.
What the path of the Red Lotus?
Indeed.
What is the path of the Red Lotus, Grandpa? And why didn't you ever tell me about it before?
Hmm. It was foolishness on my part to be so opaque. You're right. But Minnie the Red Lotus is simply trying to set things right, to restore the world to its natural state. Chaos. And right now that means taking power out of the greediest and filthiest of hands and restoring it to the people. Surely you see that.
I want to see that. But I can't trust you. I don't know who I can trust. I never knew who I could trust. And rather than see that when I was younger, you took me and you just turned me into more of a weapon. And you taught me how to, rather than open up and accept myself, you turned me into this tower where I don't even know if I know who I am. You should have taught me who I was, Grandpa. But you just tried turning me into you.
He winces. I do not deny it. In death, things are so clear. I can only hope you are afforded the same clarity long before you pass, Jingmin. But you are right. I saw a world that needed fighters. And then I tried to make you into one. Such burdens should never be placed on a child.
I missed you, Grandpa, I did. But you need to know that I had to leave.
Hmm.
And I don't know if the path of the Lotus is the right one, but I think maybe by the narrowing of who I think I should put my trust in, that might help me find the right path. I don't know.
And who are you trusting now, Minnie? The Red Monsoon?
I think I only trust my friends right now.
Hmm. Would that I had learned what you've learned sooner, Minnie. I might not be so alone. But of all the things I could be, I suppose a weapon is not the worst. The Red Lotus will prevail.
Jingmin will then walk closer to Jinggong and just slowly reach up her hand to hold his.
He takes your hand, Min.
And she, I feel like you can kind of see this reflected on her face. She has such conflicted feelings. And she really just doesn't know how to feel about any of this.
Mm-hmm.
And she says,
I still wanna thank you. You have made me more powerful and helped me to turn into the person that I'm meant to be.
Hmm. Then I have peace. May your arrow fly true, Minnie.
I'm sorry that you felt alone, but you won't be alone up to the end. I'll be right here.
As you say those words, Min, your grandfather's eyes close. He manages what seems like a barely perceptible nod.
Hmm.
His breathing is unsteady. And the strength that was in his arm, little as it was, seems to leave it. And you feel the weight of his arm bring your hand down to his chest. And the heart beats slow. For how long, you're not exactly sure. Until they stop.
I think after that, we see this look on Jingmin's face where it's like her eyes are wide open and turning red as tears are welling up, but her face bears this look of like anger. But tears are still slowly starting to stream down her cheek. And she'll just turn around and, in a fast pace, just walk out of this room.
Hmm.
And just head straight for I guess the exit. Oh, was she supposed to wait for Taogasha?
Yeah, that is an option, right? Just to catch a ride over with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if she
After-
has time, she'll try to find her friends first
Okay. Yeah.
outside of
So-
the HQ.
Yeah. So yeah, you are able to leave and sneak to the abandoned building that overlooks the hill on which the HQ is set, and where your friends wait for you. You can see outside of the front of the HQs, some vehicles are being prepared, but it doesn't seem like they're ready to leave yet. Taogasha hasn't appeared as far as you can tell. So you still have a clear vantage point. Lynn, Fumi, and Amuk, you're all together again. Fumi, did you fly back off of the top of the HQ? I just want to make sure I remember that correctly.
Yes. She
Yeah.
flew back, immediately landed to check. Went over to Linda's, check and see if she has the pocket watch.
Oh, yeah. I have this for you. I don't know if it's broken. I didn't look. I didn't know if there was something
gosh.
in it.
No, thank you so much for getting that back. It's okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, I do
Yeah.
think they might have seen me get it back.
That's not good.
Yeah, but we have it, and we can figure everything out from there.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. We should probably move in then talk.
Okay.
Well played. Yeah, that's a good reminder, Will. There was a consequence related to that move, right? Because it was a push your luck. I think it was
Yeah.
like maybe a faint signal to your location type of a deal.
Yeah, like someone's here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. And so you all migrate nearby to probably another set of abandoned buildings. There are plenty to choose from. But Amuk looks concerned at the sight of you, Min. Have you wiped the tears from your face? Are you visibly distraught?
Visibly distraught. She obviously would try to wipe the tears from her face before going back to the group, but I think it's hard to hide that expression on her face.
Jingmin, you okay?
I'm fine. Fumi, I told you how I think one of you should come with me to the dinner.
Yeah, we hadn't quite gotten to that, but yeah, we need to decide who. Right. Let's catch them up. One of us needs to go to the dinner with Jingmin, and the other two of us are gonna infiltrate early.
Okay.
But we need to somehow let Cho know about this. Because Lin, Amuk, I was talking to Fumi, and I just thought it'd be a better idea to do this while Taokasha's gone.
Okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
So we strike before midnight, Amuk says.
Did-
Yeah,
Did Cho tell us where to meet him?
Yeah, I was at the building you were just at and had to leave because of the shiny pocket watch that flew through the air.
Oh, right.
Not that that's a
Oh, right.
compromised location indefinitely or anything. It's just that it's currently a place of interest for at least a little bit. But you've got hours, you know.
I mean, I know how Cho's car looks. Maybe I can fly around and find him.
That's a good idea.
so considering I'm apparently the worst at talking, which one of you wants to come with me to this dinner?
Who do you want to go with you?
She'll like glance at Amuk, and then glance between the three of you and say,
It doesn't matter to me. It's just who's the best at talking?
I mean, Fumi kind of noticed that look and was like, "Well, Amuk is really good at talking. Do you maybe want to go with him?"
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Amuk.
All right.
Alright. Just I guess Lin, Fumi, try not to die. Try not to kill the Red Monsoon. You don't need to worry about my grandpa, he's already dead. Let's go.
and then she'll walk back to the HQ. Start walking back down towards the HQ.
Jingmin, do you want to talk about your grandfather some?
What's here to talk about?
Like
He's
a
dead.
lot.
We have a dinner and infiltration to do. We can talk about it when Republic City's safe.
We've got a minute.
Yeah, and it might help you to get those feelings out.
I don't have any feelings that I need to get out. I'm fine. I'm completely fine. I'm ready to go to this dinner.
Maybe it'd be good to at least stop and take a breath of fresh air with us before you have a while before the dinner, right?
Danny and Jingmin are thinking.
See, I can see. I don't want to interrupt that process.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I just froze up a bit.
You're good. Jingmin will just reluctantly, like,
Okay, I'll wait here for a bit.
And then walk back towards. You guys are friends.
Are you like? How are you feeling about this dinner? Like, do you feel ready for it?
Well, I mean, ideally, Mook does most of the talking. Ideally, we find out a lot of information about the Red Lotus, and ideally, we are able to use that to take them down and save the city.
Yeah.
Okay, I like the plan.
Yeah.
I'm worried about you.
Yeah.
why
Same
are you,
here.
Why are you worried about me?
Well, you've kind of been going through the ringer the last, like, what, week? 48 hours? How long has it been? That's Lynn asking genuinely, and Will Jinkies asking Steve. How long has it been since the duel?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's been a couple days at least.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, back to Lynn. It's been like less than a week. You dueled your grandpa. We watched Amok do something, and then it got
Yeah,
bad.
Amuk
Grandpa.
looks very like he just like looks at the ground at the description of that his part in the matter.
Right? You watched that. Then we were in the middle of a big fight. That dude showed up. You saw everybody. I don't even know what. And then your grandpa dies. This is a lot. And you are shouldering all of this by yourself.
Lynn, you said it yourself. I chose to duel my grandpa. So he's dead now. What would it?
Yeah, but just because you chose it doesn't make it easy.
Right. And just because you chose it doesn't mean that you have to live with it by yourself.
Mm-hmm. We're here to help.
And we even went as far as to not help during the duel. Because we wanted to respect you that much. And now we're here, and I don't want to give you the choice to not let us help this time. Min, how old are you?
I'm 12.
Yeah. No, you're not doing this by yourself.
Could I request that we turn this into a guide and comfort to maybe help the mechanics?
I was wrestling with like at what point.
Yeah.
I think you're right. And then we can lean into what the mechanics say. So I'm going to put this.
1 second.
Okay.
Okay.
Where are my dice?
Okay, I'm back and ready.
All right. Yeah. Do we agree that this is probably Lynn's role, even though both of you have initiated this?
I got
Yeah.
this case. Doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Lynn, roll with Harmony.
Okay. That is a 0. This will be just a straight roll.
Oh no.
That is a 7.
Okay. So that is a hit. So you can choose one, Jingmin. Embrace the guidance and comfort, clear a condition or 2 fatigue, and then ask a question, or shut them down. In which case, they inflict a condition on you, or you can inflict a condition back on Lynn.
Oh no, I think they inflict a condition on
Oh, sorry,
me.
they can inflict a
but
condition on you
I would
for
shift
not
their
listening to the
balance.
comfort. Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
You shift their balance in return. Yep.
Right. So I think
It's a
in
lifelong
response-
struggle to deal with the you and they language.
Yeah, right.
And both guiding comfort and a couple other roles. Who does what to who?
Jingmin just says,
What is there to carry on my shoulders? He made me into a monster, and he's dead now.
And that doesn't make you
I'm-
feel any kind of way?
I'm happy. I'm
Oh, you're
happy
happy.
he's gone.
You're crying and you're happy.
I'm not crying.
and she
Oh yeah.
wipes her
you're not
sleeve on her
crying.
eye.
Yeah.
That man no longer has a say in what I do and who I become. I'm glad.
Then let's go party. Let's go out and throw a celebration that if you are so happy and this isn't affecting you at all, let's go to the Owlcat Cafe. Round on me.
Lynn.
Whatever you want.
Lynn, what condition do you think is appropriate to inflict on Jingmin here?
Oh,
Oh.
I think guilty.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Is that unmarked, Danny?
It is unmarked. Yes.
Okay. Then yeah, go ahead and mark that for us. And you shifted
I
their
also kind
balance
of-
in response, right?
Yeah, I also kind of just want to mark angry because I feel like it just makes sense after Jingong dying. I feel like
Hmm.
as like after Jingong died, Jingong, sorry,
Hmm.
that Min would mark angry. If you're okay with that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What are Lynn's principles again? Stability
Lynn
and-
is stability and risk.
Risk.
Currently, we are at -2 to risk, which is also our center. No, sorry. Our center is +2 stability.
Oh, okay. I feel like just reflecting like what Lynn was trying to do in an effort to help Jingmin, I feel like pushing further towards stability would make sense.
Okay. Mechanics questions. I haven't dealt with this particular mechanic before. Does
Yeah.
that shift my current or my center?
Just the current.
Your current balance. Yep. It's harder to change center. I know it's been a while.
Mm-hmm. I think one of the only things that does shift your center is a growth option.
Okay.
Then I'm sure there are other like playbooks specific
Falling off your
things that do
balance
this well.
track on one extreme.
Oh,
can
yeah.
also,
Oh,
can also
yeah.
shift you one in that direction that you fell off. Yeah. Yeah. So you've been so back to the fiction. Sorry, man. Yeah, you've been
Yeah.
challenged to party.
And I think Min will say,
I'm going to the Alcott Cafe. I'm going to this fancy dinner with a mook. And we're continuing on with this plan.
Yeah. Know what? You don't need to party. You've already got one coming.
Can't drink.
Well, I can't either.
Oh. Just
yeah. Though maybe. Movie is just like lost what to do after that exchange.
I was watching you trying to figure out what to say, and I was like, is Fumi gonna say?
yeah.
Yeah, we should stick to the plan. And definitely work this out after maybe we've had a moment to calm down.
Out of your window, you can see Talgasha and some of his entourage have stepped into their vehicles. They're basically ready to go.
We need to go.
All right. You guys be careful out there.
Yeah.
Will do.
You guys be careful too. We're not the ones infiltrating the HQ.
Oh, speaking of, I need to go find Cho.
Oh, we're really splitting the party. Oh, we're really splitting the party.
Lynn's just holding it down in a fort at the edge of the city, you know? Yeah. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Lynn, I will be back as soon as I can.
Okay. I'll be here.
All right. And Fumi just like flies off.
Yeah. As Min walks away, she's like making an effort to avoid eye contact with Lynn.
Oh, Lynn's looking. This would be the first time Lynn's been like looking for eye contact with someone.
Ooh.
All right, let's go, says Amuk.
All right. Yeah, and she'll, in a very fast march, will just rush.
As the two of you march, so Jingmin, you're just heading for the car to catch Talgasha and catch a ride with him and bring Amuk along.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Talgasha stops as someone was just about to gesture him into his car. Like a butler-like figure attending his fancy vehicle. He is in a red velvet suit. Jingmin, you brought a friend. Not all of your friends, I see.
Yeah, he's fancy dinners aren't really for us.
Uh-huh. Not your usual speed, huh? It's all right. And we're not expecting the others?
No. I don't know what they're doing. I don't care.
I see. His eyes flash yellow.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
It's
Well,
Yeah.
I think, Min, you get a glimpse of what you felt before, what all of you felt that first surreal time in the tunnel beneath the earth. Just that very faint sense of something uncanny, almost like a hallucination of sound. It's fainter than it was last time, but it is for a brief moment during the flash of his yellow eyes that you hear scuttling sounds of wood clacking. And then it just fades away very quickly. Well, hop in.
All right.
Yeah, Min gets in the car.
Amuk steps in cautiously, and the two of you are driven to Uptown. I'd like to put the camera on Fumi as she takes off flying over Republic City. Fumi, you do have several hours before the planned attack. Although you want to probably attack sooner than the planned attack because it'll be during dinner that you want to strike. So there is still a sense of time pressure. I don't think I'd like to make it a true challenge. I don't think it's that interesting to be like, can you find Cho in the city? Use your GPS, you know? And so you do see his nice new car. Let's say that it's parked. Oh. Yeah, let's say that it's parked outside of the old Owl Cat Cafe.
All right, Fumi lands and just goes right in, letting, like, if there's a bell above the door, that is ringing hard.
Hey, yeah. A little early?
I'm looking for someone, and she just like looks around for Cho. Oh wait, is that?
Oh,
Cho
sorry,
talking,
that
or
is Cho's. That is Cho's voice.
Like, wait.
I'm right here. I'm right here, Fumi.
Cho, yes, early now.
Now what?
We're doing it now.
Oh, already my bombs. Okay. And he just leaves cash on the table.
Saying that in public is crazy. Saying that the phrase "already my bombs" in a cafe. Oh, God.
Yeah. Is it the craziest thing that's happened this week, though? Maybe in the Owl Cat Cafe. Maybe. Fair. That's fair call out. So yeah, he rushes to his car. Should I just meet you back at the spot?
Not quite. We had to move because they noticed us at that spot.
You went there early.
Yeah, Jingmin wanted to see her grandfather and the Red Monsoon.
And you think it's compromised?
That spot is, but when I was over there, I saw another entrance that we can get in.
Okay. We'll figure it out when we get there. New point of entry. Got it.
How about I ride with you and I'll show you where we're going to pick up Lynn?
All right. Let's roll. And I think we cut to Lynn. What is Lynn doing as she waits?
Well, alone in this abandoned building, pissed off.
I'm
I
so
think
sorry.
What?
I said I'm so sorry.
Why are you sorry? Let's dive into that one later.
I want to be sorry because Jingmin's not sorry. So.
Well, that's fair. Someone has to be. Yeah, she's mad. And she's alone in this. What is this building made of?
Yeah, rubble, concrete.
Yeah, good. And she's just sitting there moving rocks back and forth. Not like super powerfully, not enough to make noise. Like, really, if it were up to her right now, she would just like punch a hole through the wall, but this is going to fall down. And we're a little smarter than that, right? And I think it's the first time that she's felt this angry at anything. We watched a library explode. We were almost in an explosion in a library. And this is worse somehow. So she's just silently shifting large rocks across this big floor and praying the building doesn't crash down from unexpected weight movements.
Yeah. Okay. I love that picture. I think we hover there on Lynn as she passes the time.
Yeah.
There's so much hanging in the balance. And yeah, we'll cut back to dinner. I wish the rest of y'all had dinner. It's a bummer.
Oh, God.
Amuk and Min, you are brought in, ushered in to the most lavish of restaurants, a place you've probably never imagined eating before. And Taugasha brushes away his staff and attendants as you exit the cars. And he just walks in with the two of you, finds a table, clearly reserved. And he says, "Get my friends some drinks. I want them to have a great time. Now, you look young. You look like you can drink." He points at Amuk. "What'll it be for you, Min?"
I'm 12 years old. I'll just have some tea.
Tea it is. And he sits down, gestures for you to do the same. It's a disappointment that more of your friends wouldn't hear this, but I think I can count on you to pass on a generous offer. And once you hear it, I'm sure you'll be happy to extend it to the others. Well, orders. He looks at Amuk and he looks at the waiter like he's reading Amuk for a moment. And then he places a lavish, detailed order. Stir-fried noodles with Szechuan sauce, Phoenix Rising, tempura shrimp, a little bit of that sweet chili glaze. Get a lotus flower bao bun for the girl with some hoisin glazed pork belly. I'll have the spring rolls. And the dipping sauce, peanut dipping sauce.
Oh no, Steve, I'm hungry now. How dare you?
I mean, he's trying to treat you well. That's all on me, of course. That's my invite. Can't do a meeting without a drink, am I right? And he takes a sip. Thank you.
Jingmin
I see the look on your face.
how Jingmin hides how like excited she actually is to eat all this incredibly expensive food.
I think Amuk tries to feign it as well, and he looks a little questioningly even at his tea. And so Taugasha says, "Oh, no. It's not. You think it's poison. It's not. I don't do poison." I'm good with my word too. Ask the rabbit half pint here. I'm good with my word, right, man?
I think if you wanted us dead, we'd be dead already.
Yeah, I appreciate the vote of confidence in my abilities. I was going to make that point a little later if need be, but maybe I don't need to. So my hope is that we come to an accord, right? You've got an interesting group, and I'm particularly good at figuring things out. And I can't figure you all out. Let me just lay that on the table. An ex-equalist. He looks at Amuk. A Yuyan prodigy. A new pro-bender. Phenomenon. And a circus painter. Get together. Sounds like they all walk into a bar type of joke, but I can't figure it out. What's the angle? How did you get mixed up in this? And Danny, in the interest of RP, I think he'll look at Min first.
Yeah. Rather than you just talking to yourself for the entirety of the dinner.
I would love that.
I'll just go.
I mean, we just found each other. Really, maybe it's pure chance, maybe it's destiny. I don't know, but we're with each other now. And that's just how it is for now, I
There
guess.
is no angle, Amuk adds. Sorry, what were we going to say, Danny? Or you were, sorry, I cut you off.
Oh no, Min was finished.
Okay. There is no angle. We just want what's good for the city. Right. Yeah. Okay. So business. I invited you here because I think we find ourselves at a bit of an impasse, right? I've been hired to do something, nothing personal, right? Seems like you've been probably hired to do something, and those things conflict. Red Lotus has me in the mix, brokering deals, sowing chaos, that sort of thing. Whether it was Woshi, Keru, or Zephyr, or some other deep-pocketed crook who put you up to preserving status quo, I don't much care. I don't think you want to be caught up in this, right? I mean, I did some research on you. This feels like it's beneath you, right? Like, I know you'll make the right decision. But I am also a man who believes in incentives. So pass this on to your friends as well. But I would like to offer you safety and luxury for life when we redistribute all the goodies from the titans of industry. That one who was really brave, that girl who stepped forward in the tunnel to stop me from drugging folks. The DARE graduate. Get a better apartment for life. You name it. All will be provided. Zahir is willing to be very open-handed here. So we can enjoy our meal together, and the food gets served as he says that. Part ways, and you'll never have to want for anything ever again. How's that sound? All you have to do is stay out of our way and lay low for 10 days.
What's going to happen at the end of those 10 days?
Well, the last pieces of the puzzle will come into place. New world order, ta-da! No more politicians, no more police, no more billionaires. Or, let's say you make the unwise call. You get mixed up in more of the same for whatever reason. I keep bumping into you. Well, then I will have to play a very different game. One which I win every time. Look, I'm just a middleman, right? I'm only good at two things, but I am very good at them. The first is negotiation, figuring out something to our benefit. I think you can figure out what the second is, and it's the thing I do when the former doesn't work out.
So, you just want us to step aside while you murder all the billionaires and politicians and celebrities in Republic City?
Well, murder is such a... we don't want to hurt anyone if we don't have to. That's why we got the whole brain-changing kit, you know? For example, I'm booked up tonight, and right after this, I've got President Moon. And I mean, I've got President Moon. So it's going to be a pretty easy time negotiating the transfer of power.
And how? I guess my question is, are you just gonna take our word for it that we'll stay out of your way?
Well, I'll know, won't I?
I guess.
But yes, I'll take your word for it. So what do you say?
I'll look at Amuk as I'm cautiously munching down on some of the food in front of me.
I'm so curious. Amuk looks at Taugasha, sizing him up still. We'll stay out of the way. You're a smart man, Amuk Stewart.
I still have a lot of questions. You probably already know this, but Jingong is my grandfather.
Yes.
What? So this plan of the Red Lotus has been at work for a while now, I'm guessing.
Well, yeah, it takes time to cook these things up. Can't just take over overnight. But, I mean, it's really going swimmingly, I gotta say. And I just hope you know that it's a high compliment to you two and the rest of you that, I mean, you're even on my radar, first of all. And I don't like to have more enemies than I need to have. So I'm impressed.
And this Zahir guy, he's what, the leader?
That's right.
And so
He pulls the strings.
So I guess why the Red Lotus thinks that once the authorities put in place by the government are gone, that the people will just point Republic City in the right direction.
Well, don't worry, it's not so rosy as all that. We know people need guiding. And so, at least transitionally, we'll do a lot of that. And you can't brainwash everybody. I mean, that would... Think of how long that would take. So that's where all the pamphlet literature comes in, and the radio, and we'll make sure that people get the story right. They know what's happening. And he winks at you. Like I said, just 10 days. Lay low. Your apartment will be furnished. Whatever you need, it will be delivered to you.
That does sound really appealing. And 10 days is a lot more efficient than 100 years like last time. Something like this happened on a larger scale.
And she'll sort of glance up at her Fire Nation headband she's wearing and just sort of like look off to the side.
Oh, you have a good sense of humor, kid.
I'm sure you guys have a better idea than they did.
Some things change, some things don't. You know?
I think so. Jingmin wants to. I don't want to RP the entire process, but Jingmin wants to keep this dinner going for as long as possible.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like just trying to prod what'll like interest Tao and to just keep talking about certain things and just maybe like pushing him to order a second course before dessert and maybe a second course of dessert after that first round of dessert,
Yeah. I'm wondering if there's an assessment
to give her
situation in
friends
there.
as much time as she can.
Yeah. I think I'm satisfied with that. And I think you keep the dinner going. And he seems happy to have the food added to the table. And happy that you're taking advantage of his hospitality.
Yeah.
And so, as the night carries on, eventually he's like, I was going to have separate meals, and he just waves, to greet President Moon, and President Moon joins you at the table.
Oh, wow.
Can I just say, I'm so happy that President Moon is there and we're not about to explode President Moon.
Right? I got so scared of that. When he said we have the president, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I was like, oh, well, this is definitely going to push us to a -3 risk on the balance track. It's going to be a problem.
No, guys. I've got President Moon on my calendar for 6 p.m. Don't you understand? Anyway.
I understood. I thought I knew, but the mind brain thingy.
Yeah, in my pocket type of a deal. Yeah.
And I think as President Moon walks in, does he seem like Jingmin will look at him and try to study him as much as she can? And she's seen like a mook under the effects of it. I think I don't know if she saw Fumi under the effects of the cabbage kush, but I think she wants to see.
So.
Yeah,
I guess she just wants to. Okay, yeah. So I guess she wants to try to observe President Moon as closely as possible to gauge if he's under the effects of that right now.
And she is not discernibly under the influence of substances like that. She's her calm, measured self. The same Julie Moon that everybody knows from all of the big public talks.
All right.
And you would just watch as with ease, Moon promises a transfer of power to the Red Lotus. And we cut. Let's cut to our lovely Fumi and Cho pull up. Yeah.
To the ones breaking that promise, right? They make it. Yeah, sure, we'll lay low as we blow up your headquarters.
We'll stay out of your way right after this.
I just have to say, listeners, you're not going to see my face through that entire interaction. Gaggy conversation to have at that dinner.
Glad you missed it.
Yeah, really happy I missed it. Because, if that would offer to land, let's just the plot be very different right now.
Yeah. It's an easy out. Don't worry, they'll pass on the good news if it's still intact after you blow up stuff. All right, let's the camera we'll cut to Fumi and Cho as they pull up quietly with the headlights off outside of the building that you're in, Lynn. And we'll go to an ad break. And we're back.
Wow, those just get faster every week.
I know. I thought that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, we're really quick with them.
Lynn, you've been fiddling
Mm-hmm.
with these rocks, idling the time away. And you hear the sound of gravel, crushed stone beneath the tires as a vehicle rolls up outside of your location. And Fumi and Cho pop in.
Hey,
Hey.
you ready for this?
Well, no, we'll make it work.
Yeah, I saw a back entrance that we can use, and I think we really need to get the Red Monsoon out first. Maybe they can even
Right.
help us.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're behind bars or something?
Think so. I know they're captured, but we haven't actually been inside to see.
Okay. I'll bring explosives, but don't worry, I won't use them right away.
Okay,
You
good.
should
I was
take
really
some too,
worried
just
about
in
that.
case. Once we get
Uh,
everybody out that we want out, place these at strategic locations. You know what those are, right? Like supporting beams, things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we know if they have some of the like stolen artifacts here too, or?
Ah. You know, kid, I don't know. My guess is Red Lotus has a lot of spots all over the city, but I don't know where they keep the ancient stuff.
Let's do a really
think
good
it's
sweep
worth
of their
a look?
base. Yeah, let's do a really good sweep of their base before we go
Yeah.
make it go boom.
Okay. Now, I know you said we got to strike early, but when the others come in, you know? There's just 3 of us, and I don't know how many in there.
They're distracting someone that Jigman really thinks is dangerous.
Okay. Oof. This might be a swing and a miss.
It just dawned on me, Will Jinkies, that there's only 3 of us. And I was like, that's gonna go great. Okay. These are the consequences of the narrative choices we've made, and break.
Let's go.
Just a question for you. Do the Red Lotus guards like wear anything in particular that looks like a
Ooh.
uniform?
There we go. Yeah, you noticed this, especially during more daylight. For the most part, the folks who have been guarding the exterior of the building are just dressed in like a minimalist modern suit, like a collarless, like Mandarin style.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think we can whip that one up real fast.
Maybe we could. I mean, if we knocked a few guys out, just stole it from them.
Oh, yeah, we could do that. Yeah, we could do that.
Were you picturing going to a tailor, Lynn?
Yeah, I don't know. I expected a bigger plan. I don't know why. I was like,
We go to
well,
TJ Maxx.
I don't really have a sewing machine on me, but like we hand
The
stitching,
red
I guess.
bending.
Yeah. I think This is the approach, right? So there are guards on patrol. Let's say 3 who sort of rotate posts around the exterior of the building, and you see one of them coming closer to your location than the others. And given the general pattern of their movements, Fumi, you surmise that if you're quick enough, you could take this person out and remove them from the equation quietly before others get the wiser. Is it you who's going to follow through on this? Or do you suggest that the others do it?
No, I was just thinking if there's anything we can do to like get him to come over to us.
Uh-huh.
Like
We can
maybe
throw
make
a
a little noise. Yeah. A noise that's like not obvious of something, but enough for him to check out.
Okay. We have a rock. We have a noise. I don't know if I want to make this an assess the situation. I think you're just going to have to tell me what you do to distract this guard.
Well, I just want him to come over and then like punch him over the head or something.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Do
What
we
are
want
you
to
thinking?
try the rock? I feel like it's the easiest, right? It's easiest to make a noise with the rock without it being weird, unless someone wants to meow. That was the only other thought that I had, is that someone could meow.
My only other thought was like dangling the pocket watch to the glint like makes them come over.
That's not a bad idea. Like a little sunlight.
Yeah.
Or just start screaming.
Though I guess it's
I like the screaming. I love the screaming. Let's take a chunk out of the building so it collapses and other people do the screaming for us. How does that sound?
Ooh.
That would
Nikki froze. Like mid laugh, and it was very funny. Nikki, you're back now. We can hear you.
Oh, yeah. That would attract way too many people, probably. Only want one at a time.
So, Fumi, your pocket watch is returned to you. You tell me, do you use that or do you throw a rock?
I think throw a rock.
Okay. All right. Sure enough, it's easy. There's no roll for that. You throw the rock, and the guard, she does walk towards your location. And you mentioned that the plan is to just hit her over the head.
Yeah, is there anything I can grab around here? Like just a stray chair or something?
Unfortunately, the building is mostly empty.
Okay, well then a bigger rock.
So there are rocks, and there's also your own air glider.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I can use the air glider. Just whack.
Yeah, since the intention is to knock out, I think it'd be fun to have this be a rely on your skills and training.
All right. Oof. I rolled a 5, and that is a focus, I believe. That's a 6.
I can help.
You can help. How do you help?
The goal is to knock him out.
Mm-hmm.
Rock. Big one.
I'm just imagining like Fumi like whacks him and he just like stumbles forward but doesn't knock out, and Lynn comes in with a rock like
She's not even bending it. She's just holding it and just smacks him.
Excellent. A mark of fatigue for that assist, and it is pushed up to a 7. So you do it.
Okay.
You do it imperfectly. I have to tell you how it might lead to unexpected consequences, and then Fumi would have to accept those or mark her own 1 fatigue. And so the consequences are this. Because your initial hit is not quite enough, the guard, she just goes, ow!
Oh, wow.
And then gets hit by the thump of the rock. But I'm going to say that there's a window of time, slow-mo, right, where you realize that you could dart forward and cut off most of her noise by just putting a hand over her mouth, Fumi. But you'd have to mark a fatigue to do that.
Before I decide that,
Yeah.
are there enough people around that would hear that besides like the other two guards?
I think it's probably just the other two guards. It's hard to imagine people inside the building hearing it.
But then there's the always, I don't know what they're gonna do. So yeah, we'll stop her from doing that.
Okay. Yeah, mark that fatigue. Yeah, you dart forward, muffle that noise, and thump. Lynn decisively finishes the job.
She drops the rock and it's like, oh, I really needed that. I have to talk to somebody about that. I'm so sorry.
I wonder if there's a clearing a condition option there, Lynn. Like that just felt like I don't know if you had any mark, but just saying.
I don't have any conditions, unfortunately.
Hey, yeah, it's a good thing, right?
Yep.
Feel good to get it out?
Yeah, I don't think Min needs to do it like that though.
Yeah.
We'll work on that a different way.
Do you want to wear this one's clothes?
She looks more your size, but we could try it. I don't know. How tall?
I mean, I could also, either way.
You know what? Yeah, I'll do this one, and then I'll handle the next one. I don't know. I think I got this one pretty good.
All right.
Oh God, Lynn's gonna drag this poor woman somewhere private.
I'm trying to like step out of the room.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna drag her somewhere private, like in an abandoned building, and while no one's looking, put in our clothes. But like over our clothes, it doesn't like fit the best, but like, we don't want to be in this forever,
Fair.
Yeah, Lynn's gonna step out. And the other two guards.
Okay. I'd like to give you that you were successful and swift enough that the other guards have not noticed.
Okay.
As far as you can tell, they're just kind of focusing in their own area. And you see them kind of on their path to switching. And so it seems implied to you, Lynn, that you're also supposed to follow a certain pattern in order to maintain your post as a guard.
That
So you're
also
watching
implies
them sort of. Yep.
There's more people coming out, right? If we're switching, are they switching inside with people, or are they just switching positions?
They're just switching positions at the moment with each other.
Because I was going to
Yep.
say, if they're switching with people indoors, we should wait for the next batch to come out. But yeah. Oh, are they like walking towards where the woman was?
Yep.
Okay, then we're gonna walk by and go to where they were.
Okay. At a distance.
Yeah.
Yep. Boring day, huh, Janny?
Yeah, not much happening.
I don't think a trick is needed. I think it's just hilarious. I just wanted to set that up.
I was so like, how does one respond to in-universe boring office dialogue?
Exactly. Well, you did well. You delivered.
Like if that were me, I'd just be like,
I'm just a guard. Yeah. So for now, I'd say no roll. Everything seems smooth. You're able to deduce from where the other two go that you know where your spot is, your new spot. What else do you guys do?
Lenny keeps looking over to where the other two are. Like, can we just? Oh, I said I was gonna do it. Damn it. Okay.
I mean, Fumi's ready to try another rock.
You know what? So lame.
Oh, are we doing a two at a time approach?
Yeah, let's tag team it. I feel like that's way safer for us than trying to do it one at a time.
All right.
So is this 2-on-1, or each of you to your own attack your own guard that remains?
I think we should each do our own.
Cool. Fumi, same approach for you?
Yep.
The old rock and swing, and this time swing harder.
Yep. Gonna do a different set of dice and see if that helps.
Okay. Yeah, let's say that the same deal. The baiting works. Rely on your skills and training for the strike, Fumi.
I got a 5. Oh no, wait, no, 4. Yeah, I got 5.
Lynn, give me your roll.
You said my roll?
Yeah, your roll for attacking your own guard.
And what? It does not matter.
Okay.
I got a 4.
And yeah.
Let's we could add 2 to that, and it's still just as 6. I don't even know what I'm rolling with, and it's definitely not creativity.
So yeah, it was rely on skills and training, and so focus.
It's a 5.
Beauteous. So yeah, in this case, both of you try to clobber these guards, and they get hit, but are able to whirl about and yell for help.
Ugh. What's the building made of? That's always my first question.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, most buildings out here are made of mostly concrete and maybe some iron beams or something, depending.
Are we going into an exchange, or how fast do we think we can slam these guys into a wall?
Yeah, Fumi is
Ooh.
already gonna try and use her airbending to slam him. What she's trying to do is basically thrust wind into his chest so hard that he oh, that sort of thing.
Like a little lamb, just yelp.
Just totally wind them so that they can't say much.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like it, and I think I do need to at least allow the consequence to ring out, though, for these failed reliance skills and training rolls. And so they are going to be one of them yells instinctually, but the other one just pulls out some type of a device and presses it. And so you hear an alarm start to go off inside of the building.
So much for our sneaky entrance.
Oh, okay.
Guard uniform could still be handy. Lynn's looking great.
Yeah, that's true.
And we'll hold off on exchange unless, things ramp up to a significant level threat, right?
Okay. Yeah, Lynn's gonna rock.
More rocks.
We're gonna bend this one though to be safe. This is gonna sound so stupid. Go with me on the journey for a second.
Okay.
Lynn is going to jump really hard to try to seesaw this man and make a pillar of earth to slam him into the building. Yeah, Danny's doing a visual that is exactly what I was thinking. She jumps and it
And you're trying to slam him into the building.
Yeah, and I wanted to
pressing him between rock and rock.
Yeah.
Maybe slam him.
Wow,
Maybe just throw him completely over the building.
Hey,
Just across the city.
home run, baby. Home run.
Yeah. I think it's most interesting to just lean into the camera here and not into the rolls. So, Fumi, we'll go with you first. You blast air at the center of the chest of this surprise guard. He gets his hauler out and then and just collapses, totally winded and incapacitated for the time being. Lynn, yeah, you successfully launch. You're trying to launch this guard into a wall and pancake him, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you jump and land, and yeah, just a strip of earth peels up and launches this guy and presses him against the wall of the building. And so he too is out of the equation. And so I just love that you're both panicked responses. I'm picturing you just like ramping up immediately to smack these dudes. Let's cut back to Jingmin and Amuk at their weird dinner with Taogasha and President Moon. Min, as far as you can tell, you have exhausted your options for forcing more food into your bellies. And I'm not going to say you've necessarily exhausted conversation, but it does feel like the evening has waxed on for a bit. Moon is done with her transactions and just calmly bows and leaves you. What do you do, if anything, to delay Taogasha's return?
So what I was thinking was, I'm guessing, I mean, Taogasha seems like a someone with manners. So obviously they'd offer to drive us back, right?
Of course.
As we're leaving and getting back into the car, as subtly and sneakily as possible, I want to take one of my arrows and slash one of the tires.
Oh, everybody's faces right now. There's a reason that you guys should watch the Twitch channel, and it is for that moment in which all me, Nikki, and Steve. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're right though.
Wow. I love big moves. This is why, right? Wow. I think that is going to be a push your luck, man.
Okay. Yeah.
A little more detail here that may help you. It's not Taogasha directly who is eyeing you. He's ushered into his own vehicle. You're welcome to a spot in his car, and so you're all ushered there. It's the driver who's holding the door open, lets him in first, and then walks around to the back of the car and opens the door for you and Amuk. And so there's a risk, obviously, because the driver is watching you as you enter the car. That's just the setup. So you can do whatever you like fictionally with that. But there's also, of course, the sound would be a concern. And so I'm curious, any other details you'd like to add to how you try to pull this off?
Yeah, so if it's possible, she wants to try to just stab an arrow in there and break it off so that the arrow's still in there. So it's not so the tire isn't immediately flat, but maybe it flattens gradually on the way back.
Wow. That subtlety, I think that helps me a ton.
Okay.
With the
I love that.
plausibility, yeah. I think it's still a push your luck level of subtlety. To try to sneak this in while you and Amuk are getting into the car. Maybe Amuk, kind of shuffles in such a way that you have an opportunity, just behind his leg or whatever before he steps in to sneak this jab into the tire. What is your role?
First, I have a question. Do you think that this would be using my mastery skill of breaking.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. So I get
We
to
haven't seen
ignore.
enough of that.
Yeah, so I get to ignore my guilty condition while I'm pushing my luck here, which is great because now instead of a -1, I push my luck will be a +1.
That's right.
So that is a 10.
Oh,
Nice!
Wow. It's a good time to get a 10, is it not?
Mhm.
Your
Especially
boldness
after our
pays
hard luck.
off despite the cost. I tell you, a lucky opportunity that falls into your lap.
Tagasha dies.
That'd be amazing. Oh, you get into the car. Everything is going smoothly as you return back towards the HQ. Taogasha seems swept up in his own monologues, talking about how great the city's going to be, how glad he is that you're on his side.
Yeah.
I have confidence you'll persuade your friends. They'll come along in time.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe about halfway into the trip, you hear that distinctive pop.
I'm really hoping the arrow flies out.
Yeah. Yeah.
that'd be a
Destroy
dead giveaway.
Good Canadian punk rock song. Destroy the evidence that I existed. Billy Talent.
Yeah.
Anyway, you hear that pop. You feel the car adjust as this tire gives out. Oh, you got to be kidding me. All right. Even on your best nights, am I right? These things happen. Driver, go check it out. And the driver does step out. And I think the lucky opportunity here, and I'd love your help table. I would love for the location of this breakdown to be strategic, to have the opportunity to do something more. And I see Nikki already smiling. Do you have an idea for me?
The bridge that we dropped.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking on the bridge. Oh my god.
Okay. So for sure it can be on the bridge. The bridge has just recently been repaired, right? What are you imagining with that, Nikki? Are you thinking it's time to drop
Yeah, I
yourselves
thought it would
through
be-
this?
I just thought it would be funny.
That it is hilarious, but because there's not an earthbender in the party, I wonder how advantageous it
problem.
is.
Yeah, so that was my first thought. Anyway, if anyone else has
No.
another idea.
I think it's freaking hilarious, and I can still work with it and add layers on top of it. But Yeah.
I already have a plan brewing if we're on that bridge.
okay, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Does that feel opportune enough already, or do you need me to add something more? Because I want to make sure it does feel like a lucky opportunity in itself, Danny.
I guess it's safe to bet that the hole's covered up at this point because there are earthbenders in the city.
I mean, it's a repaired bridge, but that doesn't mean it's as strong as it once was originally built. It's just like patchwork, isn't as good as a new road.
I think I just want to tell you what I want to do.
Okay, what do you want to do?
So I imagine because Jingmin's small, whenever she gets into a car, she always opts to sit in the center seat, right?
Mm-hmm.
In an ideal world, what Jingmin is thinking is she wants to take an arrow and her bow and launch it at the acceleration pedal of the car, and then because Taogash is still sitting in the passenger seat, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And as quickly as possible after that, reach over Amuk and open the door to try to push her and Amuk out in an effort to throw Taugasha and his car off the bridge.
That is so epically elaborate. Push your luck, Jingmin.
Okay.
And we're saying that we'll push our luck, not for the shot. I think even though you're in this car, your bow is just about the height of the gap between the floor and the top of the car. You're able to aim it and make your shot. I think the issue is that as this arrow just pierces the accelerator pedal and pins it, the issue is going to be a combination of getting out and trying to get that car off the bridge. Because right now it's just aimed at the road to go straight.
Yeah.
What's that roll?
Okay. This is a -1. I feel like this doesn't really abide with my braking master skill as much as slashing the tires did.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just gonna take that -1.
Oh no!
That's a 4.
Okay.
Okay, 4s and 5s. Okay, so Steve, hear me out. Can we add Danny's 4 with my 5?
Oh yeah, make it a 9.
Is 5 too?
You know,
Make it a 14.
would love some nice support mechanics like that. Just add our full roll to each other's roll.
Yeah. If we fail, it should go into like a bank of dice
Yeah.
at the moment.
Ooh. If only life was full of failing that turned into not failing. I would love that.
Right?
Well, it is right now. Right, Steve?
Right now.
We can
now.
make this decision right now, Steve.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think not. So
Oh,
sorry.
man.
I tried so hard, guys. I'm so sorry.
I know.
You did. That was a noble effort. That was good.
Thank you. I thank you for your effort.
Yeah. So on a push your luck, it's just a risky situation gone badly. So how were you intending to get the car angled off of the bridge? Was it to grab the steering wheel and then exit type of a deal? Scout
Well,
that
yeah, I
front
mean,
door?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Because I was also thinking, if you just very drastically and quickly accelerate a car, then hopefully in an ideal world,
Like
the
just in
wheel
case
would
actually the car's
turn.
wheels weren't perfectly straight already, it would strafe.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Well, I mean, a
Yeah.
tire's
Yeah, that
flat,
makes
right?
sense.
So
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Mhm.
Okay. So maybe just getting out of the back then. And it's a matter of time and trajectory.
yeah, which is even worse because I failed the roll.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's what I think happens, Danny. You pull this. Amuk looks wide-eyed at you and then begins to shake his head as if to tell you no. But you release the arrow. It goes into the pedal. You all lurch forward, hearing the driver, who stepped out and been examining the tires, just chasing after your car. The two of you do succeed in getting out of the car, and you watch it as it just hits the edge of the bridge and grinds to a stop.
Ah! Ah!
And after a few moments of terribly tense silence. Taugasha steps out of the car on the other side, unscathed, in his red velvet suit. And you can see across this dark bridge just two yellow glowing eyes.
I think we're in trouble.
Oh
Not to
yeah.
spoil the obvious. I think we're in trouble.
Jingmin,
Going so much better in my head.
yeah. Jingmin, you and Amuk are suddenly lifted off of the ground.
Oh.
Just a few feet. You just feel it disappear under you and you feel hoisted by some unseen force. And we cut.
Hey, he's still distracted. That's what I wanted to do, right?
Yeah.
Indeed. Indeed.
You know, I've got to say, what a mess we've left for Gus to come back to. What a moment.
Yeah.
Hey, Gus, so quick sidebar. You're floating in the air right now over a bridge, a really tall bridge that we almost died falling out of once. Other sidebar, we're blowing up the headquarters while you're floating.
Yeah.
Other sidebar, things are going poorly at the headquarters. Sidebar to the sidebar, I'm so sorry.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. I think we cut to Fumi and Lin. You've just incapacitated these other guards. The alarm is going off in the building. You see Cho, as the two of you have kind of taken point regarding the guards. You see Cho has almost made it into the entrance, the side entrance you identified of the building, and he just disappears into it. And so he's able to do that before, perhaps, doors are sealed and that sort of thing. What do you do?
Follow. I mean, if the doors are going to seal, then follow him as fast as we can.
Yep.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, you get to the door and you see two more guards who are already taken out, just lying against opposite walls, their clothes singed. You surmise that Cho zapped them. Peace. He starts getting to work on some of the cells, which are thankfully on this level. And you see on the other side, Donna and Perla. And they look well. And I know you didn't get to see the before and after, like Jingmin saw the before. But there's no leg splint anymore or anything like that you remember from the previous, incidents. And Perla looks at Amuk and says, "My hero."
Wait, a mook?
Oh, sorry, not Amuk. I confused Amuk and Cho and thought that she was in love with the wrong guy. My bad. Redaction.
No, Cho's walking, but he's like draped in darkness, and she thinks it's Amuk at first.
Oh, it's just you. Yeah, Donna just hits Perla. Cut it out.
Hey,
As Cho, yeah, go for it, Mook.
Yeah.
Put me.
we're here to get you guys all out. And possibly blow up the space.
Sounds good. How are you going to get us out?
Is everyone here?
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Monsoon, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else that we need to save anywhere, or?
No, I just want to check, Meta. Are you asking about saving folks just outside of this floor? Like, is that the scope of the
Yeah.
question? Okay.
Yeah.
We're all here in these cells. Any other monsoon are out in the city.
Okay. We still need to check for any artifacts that they might have here. Can you guys help us with the Red Lotus?
Of course. Just get us out. And as Perla says that, you see LJ joined by 2 guards of the Red Lotus. And Perla and Donna look at him confused. LJ? You turned on us? And LJ looks at the 2 of you and raises his fists. Everything's going to be all right. Just step aside. And he offers handcuffs to you to put your own wrists in.
You seriously want to do this again right now?
Yeah, let's be honest with ourselves. Let's look at who you are and what we've done. And I've had a bad day.
Oh. Something is different about LJ. He seems unfazed, and his characteristic timidity is just vanished. His eyes seem a little glazed over as he stares back into your own eyes, Lynn.
Can I use a fighting
Guess
technique
this is
outside of
going to go the
exchange?
hard way.
Oh.
What's that, Lynn?
I use a fighting exchange or fighting technique outside of an exchange.
Yeah, narratively, I mean, it won't have the same mechanical benefits necessarily, but we could explore it if it applies.
Okay. Unless that was where you wanted to cut for the night, which is because that was
I'm interested in hearing what move you start to make.
Okay. I was going to use harmless pin, where I throw, release, or otherwise cast some kind of pin, knife, sharp object, or fragment to stick a target's clothes to a wall and inflict impaired
Ooh.
over it.
Okay. Yeah, what are you throwing?
Usually the go-to with that is like pointed clay paint from Lynn's artist's kit.
Yeah,
So that would
that's
be what
very cool.
we would do.
I would just love to let you narrate what happens as we close.
Lynn gets into position and the colorful pointy paint rises from her apron. And that's the action.
Cut.
Oh God.
Oh,
Well, Justin, you have to beep this word. Shit.
oh my god.
I think you're doing admirably.
All things
We
considered, you're doing good.
We had 4 rolls this session. No, 5 rolls, and only 2 of them were good.
I suppose that would be somewhat discouraging.
But we made it work anyway. Sort of. Except now we're all in tough spots.
Offer a comfortable future to my players through a villain, and they don't accept. I don't understand. Well,
Yeah, I guess
The
those rules were kind of our
woes.
fault for that.
Diary of a GM. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. I'm looking forward to what happens next week on Relics of the New Republic. We'll see you next time. And for those hanging around, we're going to do a little raid.
Don't
Take
forget
care.
to rate the podcast 5 stars. Follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Dustfire Media. And make sure you are subscribed to us whenever your podcatching service is. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh wow.
Hey, Justin, you've had a raid target?
Yeah, do we have a raid target?
No, I can find one real fast. Okay.
It'd be hilarious if we raid using this hammer and sickle symbol.
Oh no, you gotta pay money to use that one on my stream. So